Hey guys, what's up? 7stop here. Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about why Halo CE is overrated with my friend Samuel.
Yeah, we seem to make a lot of those videos.
Yeah, we make a lot of videos that are
overrated.
kind of controversial, I think.
Controversial, but that's the most interesting.
we think it's a good game, but it's definitely overrated. It's nowhere near as good as some people suggest.
No, we respect it a lot.
Mm-hmm. We respect it for the innovations it gave to gaming, and it was great for the time. Definitely one of the games from that time period I'd actually want to play now. Like most of the games then I would recoil at. Yeah. But this game and Half-Life 1 from that time period, those are the two games that are super old, but I'd still want to play them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this game has tons of issues that when you hold it up to the standards now, just in general, not by graphics or technological innovations or anything, but just by basic standards we have now. It doesn't hold up.
Yeah, basic game stuff. Like, obviously, as you said, technology, graphics, that doesn't matter. But the thing is, there are some things, like, you could still have good dialogue. You could still have a good story.
The dialogue's pretty good. But the story is really, really bare bones.
It's just like, you're on this ring, and
there's the flood.
There's the flood.
Which was pretty neat. I like that part. Mm-hmm. And it's good enough. It's not that, but it just never reaches anywhere near the other game after it, Halo 2.
And even like simplistic, even like not really in the fact that it's like bare bones that has nothing going on. It's not that memorable. Like nothing really happens
except for the mission where you encounter the flood.
Yeah,
that's the main story moment that I remember.
Yeah, but other than that, it's just kind of forgettable. It's like COD 4 in my opinion. So many people call that a masterpiece, but in the story, Price, like Gaz, all them, I don't really care about them. It's just kind of like,
The most memorable moments are the nuke in Chernobyl.
Yeah, but then again, that's pretty much parallels with the Halo and the flood. That's the most memorable moment.
Yeah,
and I said
and kind of the end scene where the ring blows up.
Yeah,
Halo, it's finished.
Yeah, a simple story isn't necessarily bad, but you gotta have more than just bland characters who are just kind of like there.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still much better than what was going on at the time.
Yeah,
but compared to just basic standards, I don't really think it holds up. No. But the biggest issue with the game for me is probably the level design.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
I know a lot of people like the difficulty and the balance of it in this game, and I agree, it's pretty good. There's rocket launcher flood, but other than that, it's good. Mm-hmm. But the level design really sucks in a lot of the levels. Some of them pretty good, like the opening level, or after the opening level, Pillar of Autumn, when you crash land on the Halo ring. I'm not sure what it's called. But that level has great level design.
Yeah.
But for every level with great level design, there's a lot of levels with bad level design.
Repeat corridors, like...
A lot of old games have this issue where there's repeat corridors and kind of like the library, where it's just the same copy and paste rooms. And in 343 Guilty Spark, it's a pretty good mission. But a large part of that mission takes place inside these stupid rooms where every room looks the same and you constantly get lost.
Yeah.
And I know people are like, oh, you shouldn't have waypoints everywhere or whatever. And that's like for pussies because people that get lost all the time and they need a map.
Oh,
like
yeah.
That. But honestly, that's not fun. Wandering around a facility where every room looks the same and not knowing where to go isn't fun.
Yeah. So like in Bioshock definitely reused a lot of stuff. But they reused like a lot of assets and corridors and different like layouts and stuff. But the thing is,
every area kind of had a uniqueness to it.
Yeah, and
which
like,
Halo CE doesn't.
Yeah, like the color would be different, or and also you would at least know where to go.
Yeah,
but the color would be different, or the shading would be different, stuff would be different, and stuff like that. But in Halo CE, it's like I've been in the Covenant ship like 5 times. Yeah. I've navigated it, or at least even if I've been through it once, it still feels like I've been through it 5 times.
Yeah,
I've repeated
every corridor is the same. And there's so many parts where I got confused navigating in the Covenant ship or in 343 Guilty Spark because so many of the rooms look exactly the same. There's barely any landmarks to actually figure out where your position is. I don't need a waypoint or a map or something to show me where to go 24/7. Sometimes it's fun to figure that out, but it's not fun when you have no way of figuring it out other than just to wander around until you find the way.
I don't know why so many people like look back fondly on those days and stuff like that. Like so many people like to think, oh, it was bad, but we enjoyed it. It's like, what? That's not good. Just because even though you admit that it's bad, you're like, oh yeah, but it's not my nostalgia.
Sorry, Kingdom Hearts cough.
Kingdom Hearts cough. So, moving on. So, the encounters in the game are what make the game good. So, for example, in that one repeat corridor, and all these repeat corridors, there are different encounters. But the thing is, the weapons that you use are actually decent.
Mm-hmm.
Like the assault rifle, I really like the CE assault rifle.
Yeah,
it's kind of nice to like.
A lot of the weapons are super fun to use, and the 2-weapon system is cool.
Yeah, and they're really unique because like CE was the first game, so it had all these really awesome Covenant weapons and stuff, and Promethean like architectures and stuff. They have these cool, unique ideas.
Forerunner.
Yeah,
Promethean is from Halo 4.
Yeah. But yeah, they have all these cool like Forerunner like architecture and stuff, and really neat designed weapons. Like the plasma rifle's really cool, the plasma pistol's really neat, and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And they all introduced them into the series.
And the enemies are super fun to fight. If only the environments you fought them in were a little bit more interesting.
Yeah. Like the elites, they dodge out of the way and stuff like that. And the Flood are trying to swarm you. Like the Swallowoods try to swarm you. And like, I know there's a ton of little nuances that you don't see at first, but they actually exist. Like, you don't think about it, but it happens. For example, if in a battle with like a sword enemy, there's like a huge slam, you may not realize, this is the perfect time to go for an attack, but your brain recognizes, big slam, that means they're going to stop. Like in this game, like an enemy might do something. You might not think, whoa, they rolled out of the way, but your brain recognizes it and has to adjust. Mm-hmm. The AI is like basically perfect with obviously
the AI is way better than the AI in modern games.
And Halo 4.
Oh boy. We don't like Halo 4, especially playing Halo 4. Boy.
Gosh, that's trash.
Halo CE vehicles. Well, the Actman might say that it's part of the charm to get insta-killed by a vehicle with a momentum of 1 centimeter per second.
That's not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Every time that, like, in multiplayer, when I just kind of spawn in and I just kind of get hit by something and I'm like, what the heck killed me? That's not fun. Any game with a one-hit kill that, like, has no wind-up or anything isn't fun. Like, if you complain that the elites in Halo Reach have a one-hit kill...
Yeah, they have a one-hit kill melee that you can't predict or see easily.
But in Halo CE, you say,
Legendary.
it's
part of the charm.
It's part of the charm. Then that's not...
It's not fair.
No, you can't say that.
We're kind of moving into multiplayer here. But the spawns in multiplayer are really bad. Obviously, I know this game didn't have multiplayer originally, and that's an MCC thing. But still, they're not really great, and there's lots of issues. The multiplayer is super unbalanced.
Yeah.
The Magnum is really overpowered, except when it sucks and you can't use it because it has this horrible spread. So basically, Magnum fights are often determined by just randomness.
RNG.
Because your bullets spread randomly in a circle, and I think it's because they used the gearbox port in the original. It wasn't as much like that. But it's still really frustrating and annoying when you just lose to someone because of RNG with your pistol. And the grenades are like massive nukes, basically free kills. You can just throw them into the spawn and get tons of kills.
And this is even like in custom games. Like if you play on a small map in custom games, you're going to have to suffer through this as like people pre-nading you and just like frags. Like there's one map that I've played in Halo CE so much. We just played it recently. It's like this huge gray room or like dark room with like little center tower, and there's teleporting portals.
The one that's in Halo 2?
No, in Halo CE. I can't even remember. But
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like
it's it's like a
circle.
Yeah,
it's like a circle with this little thingy in the middle. But the thing is, the like spawns are so bad. You're constantly spawning in to just a grenade explosion.
And you're spawning in. Like I spawned in, and there was enemies in front of me once.
Yeah, like literally, you could shoot them right away. They're awful.
It's like we're playing Modern Warfare.
Yeah, and this is and as you said, this is multiplayer. But even then, co-op can still suffer this sometimes. Like couch co-op, like you'll choose a small map, and then someone will just dominate and pre-nade the area and just launch nukes at you, and you RNG pistol and stuff like that.
While we do think Halo CE is a good game, especially for the time, it just has a lot of issues that people tend not to acknowledge. People act like this game is super amazing and really perfect and balanced, but it's really not that great. There's a lot of issues with it that make it unfun to play sometimes.
Yeah, especially when as you said, tons of people like praise it and oh my gosh, it's flawless, and like
Yeah.
oh, even though it has this issue, it's for the charm, or oh, you can't blame it because it's old and stuff like that. As we stated, there are still some things that you are just basic facets of gaming that you can't say, like oh, comparing, oh well, that picture's old, so you can't say. Or, that painting's old, so you can't compare it to nowadays. Well, people are comparing Van Gogh's art to modern art and stuff like that, so it's fair to compare any art. But in the end, we still respect it, but it's just not nearly as good as people say.
If you enjoyed this video and want to hear more videos like this, or if you just hate us, you can just leave a hate comment. But if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, maybe leave a comment. I hope you enjoyed.